Hello, I'm Tim Muirhead, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Tonight we're here to celebrate the Cinema Audio Society's 60th Annual Awards. We're going to celebrate the people that made the best sound over the last year. Tell us a little bit about setting up 60 mics for the big church sequence.
That was something that was horrifying for us for years. That was always just a challenge that we wanted to make sure that we could put the audience in the conductor's stand kind of for the first time, so you can hear an orchestra the way that the conductor hears it.
Do you want to talk about how integrating the playback on set and then integrating that into the final mix, how that came about?
I had a lot of questions at first. How good are these actors going to be at performing and playing these parts and everything? And come to find out, they were very good at it.
What do you like about working on Foley for animation?
Animation is extra special because we can be even more creative.
We're just running errands.
That's it?
Look, we're really sorry, Splinter. Some of the guys wanted to get pizza and I tried to talk them out of it.
You ratted us out. Hey, don't use that word that way.
I mean, it's 2023.
Sorry, Dad.
You get to, work outside of the normal, human realm that we often work in cinema. So, yeah, it's fun to be extra creative.
Lots of stuff's going on set. You got a live kitchen happen, people chopping, people cooking. How did you get such crisp, clean dialogue?
I love the name.
You don't remember the name.
Of course I remember the name.
We didn't even tell anybody
You
the name.
100% told me the name.
How could you remember the name?
All we can do is try and cover as many bases as we can and hope that this guy can fix it.
He's being modest. He did an extraordinary job. Without Scott, this show doesn't happen. I mean, they're really smashing walls. They're really cooking. That's a working kitchen. So Scott doesn't do it right. Doesn't happen.
So let's compare and contrast tonight to the first awards that you were around at.
I started the first awards because prior to that they were just called dinner dances. So my wife and I started plaques. I think that was in 1986 or 87. And then after that, then the CAS started having the glass awards that we currently have. And actually tonight is the 30th anniversary of having the glass awards. We're pretty excited about tonight.
You handled both ends of the board on this? You mixed it all by yourself?
Yep.
That must have been a challenge.
It was a huge challenge to have all the music that we had, a lot of the crazy dialogue, and specifically the really thick effects that our sound designer, Mike James Gallagher, did for us, and I had 6 days.
Oh, my little hungry one, open up a package of my banana.
Dude, I've got chills.
It was everything that I could have ever hoped for as a Weird Al fan, to be able to mix his music.
How are you liking coming without all the pressure of being in charge of everything?
It's incredible. What happens is you really appreciate all the hard work of everyone that much more because you know all the volunteers, all of our crews, all the board members, all the contracts, all the work. It's wonderful to see this class of board and our administration do such a fantastic job.
Mark, you're kind of the belle of the ball here, being a former president. You can't go 2 feet without people shaking your hand.
I can't account for the choices of others, It's not, I just try to come from a loving place and let the rest fall into place.
For sure, it's great to be respected. So can you tell me about Killers of the Flower Moon? What was your most challenging part of that?
The Osage. They have the worst land possible. But they outsmarted everybody. The land had oil on it. Black gold. Money flows freely here now.
I do love that money, sir.
It was a joy to behold because it was the convergence of all the most significant reasons that we do what we love. And in this particular project, we had the opportunity to be at our maximum potential with great players.
What was your favorite part of the film for sound?
That's a good question. For me, it's the CAS speech battle. It's so kind of ridiculous and how we can use the sound to amp up the ridiculousness and like comedy of it. For everything to work together.
This show has lots going on. The dialogue is very intense. Do you want to talk about capturing it on set?
It's showtime!
I'm gonna get this. You'll see.
It's great. The cast is phenomenal. They have great speaking voices. They're all theatrically trained, which you can tell immediately as soon as you hear them. The scripts are very tight, and they stick to the script. It makes it a lot easier. And the crew is a very collaborative crew, so it's just a wonderful place. It was a wonderful place to be.
When you were mixing the movie and the cars just start sounding amazing, like how do you get through the rest of the day when you know that you're working with magic like that?
Slow.
Michael had been cutting the movie for months and months and months with these 4-cylinder turbo engines that they had in the production replica cars. And so when we finally started getting the real recordings in of the actual cars, I brought him in for the first time on the stage as I started pre-mixing those tracks, and he was just like, oh my God, I've been listening to these other tracks for so long. He's like, this just is blowing my mind. And it was one of those aha moments where we really got Michael Mann over the moon about it.
This is your 9th awards.
It is.
Do you want to compare and contrast from your first to now?
Oh my God, no. We went from the Biltmore to the Omni to the Intercontinental to here, and I'd like to think that we have elevated the awards every single time. And now that we're here at the Beverly Hilton, how can you get any bigger than that?
Now, is it going to be a perfect night? No. It's not going to be a perfect night. It's going to be a great night up to a point. And then you're going to watch other people win awards that you're not getting. And then you have to go from a sound person to an actor and say things like, good for her. Good for her. He deserves it. And you know they don't. It should have been you. It should have been you. But that's okay. Keep it to yourself. Mumble it in the car ride home. It's going to be a great night. You're all winners.
The 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for a Non-Theatrical Motion Picture goes to Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
We gotta find you a stage name. Al Yankovic. It's long, it's hard to pronounce. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Weird Al Yankovic. I love it.
Congratulations, you won the first award of the night. How does it feel?
Pretty surreal, to be honest. Incredibly unexpected. So everybody's a Weird Al fan, right?
Of course.
You gotta say yes.
And the 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing Motion Picture Documentary goes to 32 Sounds.
I'm listening to a whole other world down there. Aquatic insects, bugs, fish. I think of sound as being a channel of connection.
Thank you, CAS. You have very good taste. Joanna Fang, if you saw the movie, Joanna was the Foley artist featured on camera. And that's a pretty special moment when you get to feature a Foley artist on camera. But what I found particularly interesting is that Joanna, after being a star in the movie, had to Foley herself. Don't get to see that very often in a motion picture.
Thank you to all the Cinema Audio Society members here, their guests, other friends of the CAS attending this evening. Have a great time. I'll see you after the show at the after party on the terrace. Thank you.
The 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for Television Series Half Hour goes to The Bear, Season 2, Episode 7, Forks.
This is going to be a destination spot. We drafted a quick term sheet.
We need more money.
Will you turn that thing off, please? How's it not making you insane?
I don't mind it.
When you were working on this show, did you have a feeling about this?
It's a treat working on a show that they think about sound from page to production through post, so this is nice, but just having a show that takes sound seriously, you can't wedge it in after the fact, so it's nice.
And the 2024 Student Recognition Award goes to Ushu Doris Shen.
Thank you so much. I'm incredibly honored.
The 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for a television nonfiction variety or music series or special goes to 100 Foot Wave.
Desiree is absolutely firing. There's 30,000 people on the cliff. There's more hype, there's more ego, there's more fame, and that all leads up to one breaking point.
I want to thank HBO because when I was young and that sound effect came on and Fraggle Rock came on, that was a jam. So for me to be mixing a show on HBO is a dream come true. It's an honor.
So the 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for Motion Picture Animated. Spider-Man.
Miles, being Spider-Man is a sacrifice. You have a choice between saving one person and saving every world.
There's so many people to thank, but we'll make it short because I have to go to the bathroom. But
What was the biggest challenge for you on this film?
Well, sound effects. I mixed all the sound effects, and there were a lot of them.
Please welcome Andy Nelson, CAS, and Jeff Carter.
I remember early on mixing Mission Impossible, JJ arrived with his team. At some point, I pulled out a Sudoku puzzle, and it was pretty new in those days. JJ asked what it was, and so I showed him, and I gave him a puzzle to try. I now worry that I may have done our business a bit of a disservice because he's spending all of his time on Sudoku, and we really need to get him back directing. So tonight, JJ, please don't think of this as an award show. Think of it more as an intervention. We need you back.
I want to go to our key work together, where you made me sound more beautiful than I could ever be.
Oh my God.
And that's RoboCop 3. The good one.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how J.J. Abrams works with you and why you find it to be a special relationship?
You know, I think the thing with JJ is he's kind of, he's like a creative tornado, is the best way I can describe him. He's got so many ideas, they almost tumble out of his mouth so quickly. From my point of view, I love that.
I'm so honored to be here to present you this award for such a wonderful career and for being such a mensch.
This is such an honor. And the real reason I said yes to accepting this, the reason I was eager to, is that it was a chance to express my profound gratitude to all of you for your preposterously impactful work, to your contribution to the art form. I can't think of a greater gift for a filmmaker than the time one is afforded on a mixing stage where these disparate pieces of audio, music, sound, dialogue is blended in ways that seem effortless and inevitable, but we all know that's bullshit. Like, it's just not. Like, what you do is magic.
You said on stage that you cherish time in the mixed theater. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, it is a magical place to be invited into, and to be there watching mixers take these disparate pieces of audio and make it all one cohesive, inevitable piece is, it's just a beautiful thing to behold. So I just feel very lucky every time I'm there, and I thought I'd share that.
I've been into sound since my Fostex X15 cassette 4-track recorder. But I've since moved up. I've got a really nice mic drawer, and I've got 3 nice pre's, a Millennia, a Summit, and the UAD 4710D, which I like a lot because you can mix the tubes.
You're a wonderful actor. But on behalf of the 4 teams that are going to be losing this award, I think, why don't we get this over with? The winner of the CAS Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for a television series 1 hour is The Last of Us.
I'm taking you with me. what I say when I say it. You got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east.
It's incredible to be in this room tonight. Thank you, CAS.
I just want to thank all the mixers here tonight. I've been listening to your work these past decades at home and in the theater, and it's just been inspirational and fantastic, and I've learned so much, so thank you.
Let me tell you, Joe's not only a fantastic re-recording mixer, but he's a fantastic human being. He welcomed me into his home many times and made me feel like family. He's a great father and husband and friend. He's very giving with his time and experience with everyone. I count myself blessed to have him as a mentor, and even more so as my friend. I'm so honored to be able to share this moment with him and all of you as we present this Career Achievement Award. If I know him, it's only going to make him work harder.
In 1990, in the middle of a radically changing world in sound design, I had the pleasure of crossing paths with Joe at Tadeo Glen. He not only shared my professional interest in sound, but he also looked like me, an unusual occurrence in this industry. Joe possessed remarkable skills, but also a kindness that left an indelible mark. I remember hearing some of his work, and I thought, this guy is good. I wish him luck. Then I heard one of his mixes, and I thought, he has some real talent. And he's handsome. Two rare things in post sound. And then I heard the brilliance of his work, and I thought, time for me to move into management.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Joe Earl.
I look at the fraternity of mixers at CAS, and I'm just blown away by the amount of talent. And to be considered one of them is just an incredible honor. We need to pass on our skills to the youngsters. We need to pass on our knowledge to the youngsters.
There's a lot of love in the room tonight. You feeling it?
There is a lot of love in the room, and I really appreciate it because I've known these people for 30 years, and I really feel like they're my heroes and they're my comrades, and we've been through battles together. I'm glad to be here.
I'm lucky enough to work in this industry for over 40 years. Lucky enough to work with amazing artists, creatives, technicians. Lucky enough to be in this room tonight with all of you, but never as lucky as I am to be standing on stage with someone who I consider to be the epitome of everything that's great in world cinema, Walter Murch. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here as a piece of arm candy for my wife, who supplied the opening sound of the film 32 Sounds, which won Best Documentary. So,
the 60th Annual Cinema Audio Society Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for Motion Pictures, live action, goes to Oppenheimer.
We've got one hope. All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here. A secret laboratory. Keep everyone there until it's done.
What was your favorite part there, Gary?
I gotta say, I think it was the Fuller Lodge scene is my favorite scene in the movie, and putting that together, because it was a magical combination, I think, of the production sound as well as the music, as well as fantastic sound design with Richard. It's the pinnacle. To me, that was a scene that worked in every department, hands down.
What an amazing night. Congratulations to all the award winners. Congratulations to all the nominees. My name's Tim Muirhead from the Tonebenders Sound Design Podcast, signing off. Have a great night, everybody.